It is my first day back filming in a long time, and I am the literal most awkward person on the planet in front of the camera these days, but I am really trying. So I booked a sewing class tonight, and I'm currently on my way to pick up some supplies for that sewing class. I also signed up for a dance class. So I've been really trying to get back into things that I love and things that interest me. I've always felt like I should know how to sew and some of the foundations. So I signed up for a sewing foundations class. There is a lot that has happened in my life that I really should update you on. I did go to California and I got engaged, and it has been quite the ride. I've been planning my wedding. So that was a really special trip, and I will remember that forever. That was in November of 2023. Matt and I both made the decision to not post about it online because with weddings nowadays, the pressure is so unreal. We just really didn't want the extra pressure from people knowing that we were getting married and bugging us about things. Now that we're 3 months out from the wedding, God knows, like, it's already bad enough. And I mean, yeah, I'm sharing it here now because I feel comfortable at this point with how things are going. And we just really didn't want that pressure starting out from people on the internet, or people like I am not in touch with anymore, or Matt's not in touch with anymore, putting some sort of expectation on us about, you know, either getting invited or putting any sort of expectation on us as we were in the beginning stages of wedding planning. We wanted to make decisions that felt really like authentic to us and not have all of that outside noise. If you know us well enough, then you know that we're engaged. We would have told you. Otherwise, you don't need to know. So that was just sort of how we approached it. But yeah, after that trip, we spent the first few months, I would say like the next 6 months, we just really enjoyed the process of being engaged and not really thinking too hard about what our wedding plans would be. Summer of 2024, which was last summer, we really started looking at venues and locations. We had to figure out, okay, do we want to get married in BC? Do we want to get married in Ontario? Do we want to get married in Nova Scotia? Because we have ties to all of those places. And we ultimately ended up deciding, based on a variety of factors, we decided on Nova Scotia because it was a lot cheaper, because venues were a lot cheaper, and we found an amazing venue that would cost literally 10 times the amount of money in Ontario. And so we ended up going with that. And we're just so excited to be getting married. We have a 3-week honeymoon planned as well, which happens basically right after the wedding. That is the one traditional thing about a wedding that I love to follow, is going immediately on a honeymoon. We are going to Greece, Croatia, and Italy, and so it is going to be a wild ride. That is the update there. So excited. I wish I could show you the ring right now, but it actually has a hairline fracture in it. I think I wore it to the gym once and I got a crack in it, and so I had to send it all the way back to Nova Scotia. I'm in Kelowna right now. I had to send it from BC to Nova Scotia to get fixed, and so I'm not gonna have it back for another few weeks, but I will show you once I have it. Happy Monday. I am once again in the car. It's a week later. Actually, it's 6 days later, and I just wanted to update you a little bit on my life. I'm eating like a weird lunch, which is like just chickpeas, onion, and tomato. It's just a leftover from a dinner that I had, and I had no more rice, so it's kind of a weird riceless burrito bowl. Shortly after I filmed When You Saw Me Last, I actually headed into a sewing class, and that was devastating. I am taking a 2-week sewing class. It's not 2 weeks long, but it's one class and there's 2 sessions. And I promptly went to that one last Tuesday. I've been just trying to get more in touch with doing things with my hands, and I feel as though sewing is kind of a lost art and people don't really learn to do it anymore. It's just sort of a skill that I've always wanted to have so I can mend my clothes, because so many items in my closet lose buttons, or maybe there's a rip in the seam at one point, and I hate needlessly throwing something out and replacing it when I could just as easily fix it if I just had a little more wherewithal on how to do that. Why was the sewing class devastating? Well, let me tell you. We made a pillowcase, and I'll show you. I'm actually back outside of the sewing shop now because I have to come in for extra hours, because I was the kid in class. There was only 3 other people and me, so it's a very small class. I fell behind very quickly. I kept forgetting to put the foot down on the sewing machine, and the foot is that little metal thing that holds the fabric in place on the top. So I would start sewing without the foot down and it would create just a whole, basically rat's nest underneath my stitches. So that kept happening, and then I'd have to rip out all my seams. And then at one point the teacher thought I sewed on the wrong way, and I ripped all the seams out, and that took like half an hour. And then she realized I had done it right and she wasn't paying attention. It's just like, it was a whole thing. It's a very fun class. She's an excellent teacher, but I just am not very tactile, and I've known this about myself for a while. I also have a hard time manipulating objects in 3D space. It's just something that my brain has a harder time picking up. So I'd like to learn at least the basics of using a sewing machine and being able to mend things. Here's my pillowcase. I chose a lovely fabric. It's so drapey and nice, and I just love the pinstripe. But you need to look at my seams, because actually this seam is okay. The seams on this side, however, are not okay. I did not line up the fabric properly. You can see here, the seam is supposed to be in a straight line, and look how lopsided that is. It is just a travesty. A little bit devastating for me that I can't even sew with the guide that is literally on a sewing machine. So I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it just takes more practice, but hopefully this seam will be hidden because this is the cuff of the pillowcase. But yeah, I'm back and I'm gonna finish my pillowcase because tomorrow's sewing class, this is session 2 of 2, we're supposed to make a tote bag, and that's gonna be hilarious. And it was my birthday recently. I turned 31 yesterday, and it was the perfect weekend. We had 25-degree weather. Matt and I went to Lake Country and we did Spion Cop Trail, I think that's how you say that, in Lake Country, and it has a view of 4 different lakes. So you can see Lake Okanagan, you can see Wood Lake, Ellison Lake, and then you can see Kalamalka Lake, which is the most beautiful lake of them all. And then afterwards we went to 50th Parallel. We went to Block 1 restaurant at that winery. That was Saturday. And then yesterday, which was my actual birthday on Sunday, a little bit more of a chill day. We played some pickleball. And then afterwards, my friends Kevin and Jill, they got me some donuts. And I thought that was so sweet. And we sat down at a picnic table after pickleball and we ate all together a bunch of the donuts. We have, I don't even know, I think that's just like a sprinkled, chocolate sprinkled donut, and then half of whatever that is left. There was also a s'mores donut and an Oreo donut. Anyway, okay, I'm killing daylight here. I need to go in and fix this pillowcase. So it's closed. I did not look at their hours online, and I came all the way here and it's not even open, so that's a good time. You too. Yeah, bye. Hello. Okay, I'm really batting zero today. This is not a very exciting vlog. I can't actually get anything done. Protein I went to pick up at Supplement World, they were out of, because this vegan protein, it's called Beyond Yourself. It's extremely popular, and as soon as they get it in, everyone buys it. So yeah, I am just battling rush hour as it stands. What to do? I guess maybe I should go home, but I really want to go to Value Village and thrift a photo frame. I printed out a bunch of photos and I would love to display them in a photo frame. So I'm gonna try to deal with the traffic and go and do that, but it's gonna take me another 15 minutes to get there. In we go. Suit section, we've got some cute dresses. It's like a cover up. And also this, I don't really know what it is. It looks also like it could be a sarong cover-up situation. One I'm gonna try on, and then a lot of whites, and then another dress. Okay, again, not much success, but I did get the photo frame. None of the clothing pieces that I picked out that I was hoping to wear on our honeymoon in Europe, none of those panned out, so that's okay. I did, however, unexpectedly get a hat. I've been looking for a straw hat to wear on the beach on vacation, and I found the winner. This is the frame that I'm gonna put a bunch of photos in that I printed off, and it was $9.99. And these are some of the photos that I am going to display in the frame. Just a bunch that I've labeled, and I'm going to put them in that frame in a bathroom. And as you can see, based on the state of my room, I have started doing some spring cleaning, and I am starting today just with a bite-sized amount, which is my blazers and light sweaters slash blouses. So let's just do a little try on. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is visible when I set up my closet again. My closet is a total mess. It honestly needs this wall torn out because there is so much hidden closet space that goes back here even further. And then same over here. We obviously can't tear out this wall because the door would have nowhere to go. But it's just a very poorly designed closet. And if you look, hello, I'm still wearing my hat. It just the way that these sliding mirror doors work, it just doesn't make it very accessible. Like I can't see my closet all at once. And I've done my best with the space that I have, but it's just sort of annoying. And things just don't feel very good. It's hard to reach some of these high up shelves, and I just think we could do better. I eventually want to hire California Closets to come in and help me redesign. I want to do a little try on haul for you. Let's just make sure that everything that I have in my closet I actually wear and actually fits me. We are starting off with this shirt that I was wearing today. I found this in storage from my Toronto days, and I actually didn't really like it at first, but it's sort of grown on me because it feels a little bit different than any of the other overshirts or blouses that I have. It feels a little more casual, something that I might wear if I was out camping and needed just sort of an overshirt. It's linen, so it's just like a different vibe. It drapes a little bit differently on the body, and I actually really like it, and I think that I'm going to keep it. Here's another blouse that I thrifted. This is a bit harder to wear as an overshirt. I would actually classify this more as a cover-up over a bathing suit. I think it would look really good, and it has enough length to kind of cover your bottom. So I would wear this with like a white bikini. Otherwise, it's kind of difficult to style because it's so long and it's hard to tuck in. This one is a definite beach cover-up. I think this would actually be really great for my bachelorette over a white bathing suit. This one's a little easier to tuck because it's not as long. Okay, now we're moving on to blazers. This blazer I thrifted. This is Calvin Klein men's, and I think it's size 12, so oversized, but it is a navy blue. I think this is my most worn and most complimented blazer. It's just such a staple. You wear it with some light denim jeans, a pair of sneakers, and it looks very business cash. This one is sort of on the chopping block just because I live in a city where blazers aren't really that popular. Everyone is really into athleisure wear here, and everything is just very casual, so it feels sort of dumb walking around in a blazer like this. This, I think, is from Dynamite. This is a white blazer. So cute. Okay, quick story time. I had an experience in my old neighborhood when I lived in South Pandosy. I don't live there anymore. I had a homeless woman come up to me in a coffee shop and ask me who the fuck I thought I was because I was wearing a blazer. And she was like, "What are you, a lawyer?" She was completely just harassing me, and I don't understand what I did to piss her off other than walk by her. It kind of stuck with me for a bit longer than I hoped. And now I'm like, yeah, you're right. Kelowna's just not a city where people wear blazers. And maybe I shouldn't wear a blazer. Then I put a blazer like this on, and I'm like, okay, this is my it girl blazer. This is from Aritzia, and it was worth every penny. Love her. So I have two patterned blazers. So effing cute. And it just feels like a main character outfit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I should keep the shoulder pads? Should I not keep the shoulder pad? Will it like droop strangely if I take the shoulder pads out? I just think this has so much potential, but it just is drowning me completely. Okay, that needs to be it for now because the sun is going away. It was just a lot of talking to the camera. I'm going to tackle another section of my closet probably tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to get through a chunk. I'm gonna go for a run. I didn't want to, but I promised myself I would run 3 times a week minimum. Back in the car. I don't know what's been going on, but my face has been so puffy lately. There's just a lot of inflammation when I wake up in the morning, and I especially notice it like under my eyes. And maybe this is my sign that I should finally buy into gua sha, because I think it actually does work. My guess is because I'm a side sleeper and I mash my face into a pillow that creates a fluid buildup in my face. And so that's why in the morning it takes me a few hours to actually like look like myself. We're gonna go to Mission Creek Greenway. I forced myself out. We're gonna knock out a zone 2 run. Should take me like 40 to 45 minutes is the hope. Yeah, it's nice and overcast today. I'm gonna try to brave it in just a tank top, but we'll see how I'm feeling as I get going. I'm gonna stay in the green. Going into orange is no bueno. Honestly, this is just something out of a fairy tale. I'm so lucky to be able to run on this trail with those kinds of views. Whew! Glad that's done. And I'm just inputting now my workout into my workout tracker, which, by the way, if I have posted the video, then it should be linked up above, but I have designed a Notion workout planner, and it is the best thing I've ever built, and I'm really excited to share it with you. It helps you plan out your workouts, and it gives you a nice holistic view of your fitness. I use Garmin, but I find that there are some features that are just honestly really simple features that are missing, in my opinion, from Garmin and the Garmin app, and I found the same thing when I had an Apple Watch, so I built my own solution. I'm gonna get home. Okay, I'm showered and back in my pink robe. On the way home, I actually went and picked up some groceries because we are fresh out of food and we needed some, so I'm gonna go through a little grocery haul with you guys. Okay, forgive the lighting. First off, we have bananas, artisan sourdough bread, some everything bagels. Yes, I say bagels, not bagels. I wanna make my vegan cheese sauce, so I got 3 yellow potatoes, carrots, the Beyond Meat hot Italian sausage. It is not a health food by any means, but I like to get it every once in a while. Then I got 3 peppers, 2 red and 1 orange. I got 2 unripe avocados, probably have that later in the week. Vegan Greek yogurt. I got Earth Balance, this is a vegan butter spread. And I got some Unico black beans. I was going to get a cheaper can, but then I saw that this was made in Canada, so I had to grab that. Jalapeno. I've recently gotten really into this Silk protein milk. It has 8 grams of protein per 250 mils, and I'm trying to hit my protein goals, so this is a great option for smoothies or for my oatmeal orange juice. This is the Western Family brand. Sweet treat is this Western Family Swiss dark chocolate. If I'm having a sweet tooth at the end of the night, I will have 1 square of this. So yeah, that's everything. I'm gonna go put this away.
Oh yeah, okay. That
No.
guy's missing. Just pop them up like that. Oh, yes. Thank you. Here.
Thank you. So I just went in for my after hours to finish my pillowcase next door, and I just came to a cafe just to kill an hour because there's another hour until the actual class starts. So I just grabbed a decaf oat milk latte. That is my drink these days. I just got home. I'm starving. I didn't have dinner, and that class went from 5 to 8, but I wanted to show you my finalized pillowcase and tote bag. It needs an iron. but she's so cute, and my seams, my terrible, terrible seams are hidden. So it looks pretty good. And then my tote bag, I have some regrets about my tote bag, but let's have a look-see. Oh, hi, Matt.
Hello.
This is what my tote bag looks like.
This is what you did today?
Yeah, teacher suggested that I only use one color fabric, but everyone else got a second color fabric for the interior, so theirs looked a lot more cute than mine. So I opted for the pocket on the outside to show the cute little pattern.
Very nice.
Is it very nice? And the straps are way too long. It's not what I envisioned, but I think
Better than the last
this
time?
was a better attempt than the pillowcase, but the pillowcase still looks good.